Captain, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
2 wins from 2, party in the dressing room by the sounds of it. Your thoughts?
Yeah, happy. We certainly would have taken this at the before the first game of the tournament. So, yeah, very happy. Yeah, not necessarily any party, so to speak. It's just our song that we sing after every victory. So, got to keep the spirits high. Guys are doing well. Just try and keep this momentum going.
Talking of the game itself, then, how important was that third wicket partnership in the batting that solidified that start and then pushed you on to a big total?
Yeah, extremely important. You need to try and find 1 or 2 partnerships in a T20 to really give yourself a chance to post a decent score. Richie Berrington and Matt Cross played outstandingly well today. Richie obviously man of the match, and he's been doing that consistently for us over the last month or so. And yeah, I actually feel we probably left a few out in the park. Credit to PNG, the way they bowled in the death overs. I thought they bowled excellently and used the boundary sizes to benefit them. So yeah, there's a few things for us to look at going into our last game, but yeah, pretty happy with where we are.
You defended a much lower total against Bangladesh successfully. So 165 on this wicket. Were you happy with it going in halftime?
I thought, yeah, at halftime, yeah, we were happy with 165. We felt that was enough to give us, enough space to restrict PNG. But you can see the dangers they have in their team. Norman Vanuatu came out there and played extremely well. Asad Vala, their captain, he's been in good form following the first game of the competition, and we know the dangers that they pose. So. Credit to them, they pushed us all the way there. You know, they gave us a few nervous moments, but our bowlers, Josh Davey especially at the end, was fantastic. Mark Watt as well. Mark Watt, as usual, does the job and maybe goes under the radar a little bit, but he bowled some excellent overs there today.
Your thoughts on the bowling and fielding then, because coming out, you managed to get a few early wickets. Did that set the tone for the rest of the innings?
Yeah, the plan is always to try and take early wickets. The best way to stem the run flow is to pick up wickets. And yeah, it was nice that went our way today, and we did do that. I think we didn't quite nail everything that we wanted to nail in the field today. They pushed us really hard. Their speed between the wickets, the way they ran, put us under a bit of pressure out there today. There was a few fumbles. Catching wasn't 100% today, but you know, it never always goes the way you want it to. You know, no one means to drop a catch. So, but there's still things we just need to keep an eye on and make sure we're ready. I guess there's maybe a few nerves there towards the end, the way how fast Norman was swinging that bat. So anyone can get scared when he gets going. So, yeah, a bit for us to keep our eye on, but really happy at the end of the day.
As you said, in the drop catch towards the very end as well, and a few sixes to close out the game. A double-digit victory, I assume, in T20 cricket is fairly comfortable. But was this victory as comfortable as it seemed, maybe? Because towards the end, slightly nervous seems. Yeah,
look, it's the nature of T20 cricket that if somebody gets going, as Norman did, then it's sometimes hard to stop them. He was hitting the ball cleanly, and Chad Soper came in at the end there, and all credit to him as well, the way he struck the ball. In that last over, he hit one huge six of Josh Davey, and yeah, you try and restrict them as best you can. You try and use conditions as best you can, and sometimes you've got to give the batter some credit, as we have to do with Richie today, because I thought PNG bowled pretty well, and he came out with a fantastic innings. So, like I said, there's a few things to keep our eyes on, but nothing that is worrying. We've got full confidence in all of our players. When the pressure's on, we'll deliver when we need to.
Last one then. This win almost guarantees qualification to the next stage. How will you take the final game?
Yeah, I'm not sure anything guarantees qualification yet. There's still plenty on the line. We'll be watching this game with a lot of interest, but there's certainly going to be a game to play for. The way these tournaments are, the way qualifying tournaments are. The way it happened with us in Zimbabwe a couple of years ago, we know it comes down to that last game. It always does. Very rarely is it just a straightforward scenario going into the last game. So, no, by no means have we qualified yet, but we will be watching this game very closely.
Thank you, Captain.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kyle. You mentioned the conditions a little bit there. How was it for you today in the middle of the day? Obviously, it's quite hot out here. How did you and the team find it?
Yeah, well, when we got off the bus, it said 40 degrees on the thermometer, so that was a bit of a shock to the system, but we've been out here for a little while now. The guys are more accustomed to it, but it still is a shock to the system when you step off that bus and that wind hits you and it's a warm, hot breeze. So the guys our S&C, Nick Karamoussis, is doing a fantastic job. He's got ice vests and ice slurries and all sorts of things to try and keep the guys' core temperature down. It is a challenge, first half especially when it was so warm. But the guys handled it really well. Matt Cross, Richie Berrington ran between the wickets extremely well still today. So it's clear to see that we're getting better and better in the heat. And it's nice to know that the temperatures are actually coming down just a little bit for us.
Exactly. Thank you very much, Kyle. We'll now move over to Zoom. So please, if you have any questions, please put your hand up. I can see some come in already. So Jamie, please, if you can ask you a question.
Hi, Kyle. How important is it for you as captain to have dependable figures out there, say like Richie, like Josh, when you can turn to in key moments of the game and you know you can count on them to contribute?
Yeah, I mean, we have some extremely dangerous and experienced players going throughout our lineup. So knowing that if things don't quite go to plan, that there is someone that is capable of putting their hand up there to win us a game, and Richie's doing it consistently for us at the moment. Crossy has been doing extremely well as well, and everyone at some stage or other during our time out here has put a score on the board. So lots of confidence there amongst our group that someone will put up their hand, as did again Mark Watt with the ball today, and Josh Davies showing his skills at the end. They were just superb.
Great. Thank you, Jamie. We'll now move to Adam Patel, please.
Hi, Kyle. Just a quick one for yourself. Scotland's cricket team has won more World Cup games in the past 3 days than the football teams have won in the last 38 years. How important do you think this journey is for Scottish cricket?
Sorry, I couldn't quite make that out, Adam.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you repeat the question, please, Adam?
Can you just speak a little slower? Sorry, it's quite hard to pick up.
Sorry. Just saying, Scotland's cricket team has won more World Cup games in the past 3 days than their football teams have won in the past 38 years. How important do you think this campaign is for Scottish cricket?
I think you're saying how important are the victories for Scottish cricket. Yes, extremely important. Every victory is an important victory. There's no easy game wherever we are, and a win against PNG is as valuable as any other win in this competition. We know that we have to play well to win every single game, and the exposure that it brings back home, and the following we've had since our victory against Bangladesh the other day, it's just been incredible. A huge amount of thanks needs to go out to everyone who has sent messages. I know for a fact Chris Greaves had over 160 messages on his phone the other day, so it was really nice to see that, and the following's been fantastic. So it's great to see everyone getting behind us, and there's a few people's names pop out of the woodwork that you haven't heard for a long time, but it's still really nice to hear the support. But so, yeah, these all victories are really important, but it'd be nice to get one more still.
Thanks, Adam. And we'll take one final question from Graham McPherson, please.
Hi, Kyle, again. Well done. I know before you guys left, you did sort of heat training, if you like, back home in Edinburgh. How much of a difference has that made, or is it just a kind of whole different level when you get there?
Well, there was a lot of thought that went into it, that's for sure. I'm pretty sure the S&C can hear me right now, so I'm going to have to say it made a big difference. But there's a lot of thought that was there, and I'm not quite sure where he managed to clamber up all the kit for it, but we were basically in greenhouse tents with heaters in there, trying to get it as hot as we possibly could, sitting on bikes, pedaling for 30 minutes to 40 minutes at a time. So he was certainly keeping us on our toes, and I've got no doubt that made a difference. But what we did learn about ourselves is how important it is to try and keep our core temperatures down, especially in these conditions when it's so hot, because once that core temperature gets up, it takes longer than you think to bring it down. So it is a player safety concern as well at times, especially when you're out in the field and you're running up and down, and to try and stay cool when it's 40 degrees is a pretty decent effort. So there was a lot of thought that went into it, and it certainly made a difference.